सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आजा रे.
On girls between 0 to 6. There's been much public outrage in the country over the last few months after Nirbhay. There's been a lot of concern about the condition of women and girls in general in our society. But when you look at the problems of girls between 0 and 6, that's when there's a really, really critical issue. When you look at just some of the statistics, 1 out of every 2 girls is malnourished. 1 out of every 6 girls die because of gender discrimination. The overall sex ratio, 940 women for 1,000 men. Those are not statistics that we can live with in this country. And that's why we are here today to try and start making a change in that. And I just want to start welcoming some of our partners in all of this. First of all, Priyanka Chopra is going to be joining us as campaign ambassador, is going to be taking this forward, is going to be anchoring long, long hours on this, Priyanka, as we so it's great to have you associated with us.
Thank you.
We can't do campaigns like this without partners who completely believe in absolutely the same thing. And it gives me great pleasure to welcome Mr. Anil Agarwal, who's the chairman of Vedanta, who's going to be partnering with us in bringing this entire issue onto the stage and focusing attention on this. Girija Vyas, Minister for Urban Development, for Poverty Alleviation. It's great to have you, ma'am, with us and to get your sense. You've done a lot of work in this field, and we'll be asking you also some of the earlier steps you've taken as Minister. What can be done with that? Dr. A.L. Sharda, Program Director, which is an NGO which works in the area of population first, is great to have you with us as well, ma'am. And Pranoy Roy, who's of course all these campaigns, really your brainchild, coming up with the thought of how to take it forward.
You're the one.
Well, unfortunately not quite. Let's just, before we get comments from everyone, let's just see, what is this campaign going to be all about?
A dream we keep close to our hearts. As NDTV and Vedanta take the lead and launch this critical campaign, Our Girls, Our Pride. The girl child in India is among the least safe in the world. Unwanted, unloved, abused, especially those between the most vulnerable age group of 1 and 5. They survive, if at all, between the thinnest margin dividing hope and hopelessness. We, the people of India, have let this happen. We, the same people who also have it in us to bring about change. NDTV and Vedanta have joined hands to create a national awareness movement with a focus on nutrition, education, health, feticide and infanticide. It also aims to raise funds and lobby for changes in weak policies. Let's join hands in hope and belief that we will get to see an India where the girls sleep secure and wake up in hope-filled dawns.
And with us right here, of course, are a number of people who've done some absolutely fantastic work in this field already. And a little later, we're going to be turning to many of them, getting ideas, getting inspiration from them, and perhaps some suggestions also on what all of us can do. But let me first start with you, Priyanka. Now, this is a cause that is really close to your heart, obviously, because you've done a lot of work in this already.
It is. You know, I think I'm one of the very fortunate few girls in this nation who had parents the kind that I did. Both my parents were doctors. So since we were kids, me and my brother, we used to, you know, take the ambulance from our hospital. My dad, my mom, me, and one nurse. And we would go into villages outside of Bareilly, like near Moradabad, around UP. And, you know, she would have camps, and my mom's a gynecologist. And we would have lots of camps, and my job was to count the medicine and administer, put it in little packets. And I think it was, since then, I've seen so closely what happens in a lot of rural India, and now that I have come to know a lot of urban India as well, the mindset that people have towards the girl child. How she's looked upon as a burden, how she's looked upon, abhi to shaadi ho ke kisi aur ke ghar jana hi hai usse, and thoughts like that. So yes, it's something very close to me. I've worked with UNICEF for years now. I've done a campaign called Girl Up with the UN recently as well. I have a foundation which I'm starting myself. And, I think that our future is in the hands of our children, and our girls are a huge part of that. We are one of the youngest nations in the world, and I think it's high time that we take charge of this nation. It is us who has let this happen, and it is only us who can change it.
Priyanka, that's really well put. In fact, let's just take a look at some of the work you've been doing in this area.
And Miss World 2000 is Miss India.
She reigned then. She reigns now. She cared then. She cares more deeply now.
My biggest cause that I support is the girl child. India is one of the youngest countries in the world right now. The health and education of the girl child is most important in terms of my priorities.
This is not just a personal mission for Priyanka Chopra. She has taken the cause to the level of concerted activism, joining hands with various national and international bodies. She is working with UNICEF to counter female infanticide and feticide since 2008. In 2010, the actress was one of celebrities to create promotional messages for Pearl's Wave Trust, which campaigns against violence and abuse of women and girls.
You have people like UNICEF, for example, pushing causes which are important and which make a difference, then you do see it happening.